The Association of Magistrates and Judges has described as malicious and false some accusations leveled against Supreme Court Judge Clemence Honyenuga, who is the president of the association, and now Justice Henry Kofi told pressmen the group had taken note of an accusation on social media that the judge was given 2 cars by President Akufo-Addo to ensure that former COCOBOD CEO Dr. Stephen Opuni is jailed. Justice Honyenuga is hearing the trial of Dr. Opuni as an additional High Court judge. Now, he was earlier this year restrained by the Supreme Court from hearing the case following accusations of bias leveled against him by Dr. Opuni. Now, this decision was later set aside by an enhanced Supreme Court review panel, with the judge permitted to hear the case. Justice Kofi, in his address, argued the judge received 2 cars he was entitled to as Supreme Court judge.
The Association of Magistrates and Judges of Ghana has noted with concern malicious allegations leveled on various social media platforms against certain judges, specifically including Justice Clemence Honyenuga, Justice of the Supreme Court. The accusations, which we find very scandalous, are to the effect that Justice Honyenuga has been given 2 brand new vehicles, 1 SUV and a saloon car by the President of the Republic through His Lordship, the Chief Justice of Ghana, with the sole purpose of getting Justice Honyenuga to jail 2 persons, namely Dr. Opuni and Seydou Agongo, who are accused persons in a case being tried by Justice Honyenuga as an additional High Court judge. Now, the association ordinarily, if it had been anything else, we would not have commented on it. But we find this allegation against Justice Honyenuga, who is a member of this association, and indeed the judiciary as a whole, because it involves an attack also on His Lordship, the Chief Justice. We find this allegation as an attempt to create disaffection against the said judge and, by extension, the judiciary as a whole, and we have found it necessary to set the record straight.
The allegations are meant to tarnish the image of the judiciary and should be treated with the contempt it deserves.
Now, the Toyota Land Cruiser vehicles, the 7, and the Camry vehicles for the Supreme Court judges arrived in the country on the 15th and 16th of October 2021, this year, and were registered and allocated to all the 7 Supreme Court judges on the 25th of October 2021. The letter signed by His Lordship, the Chief Justice, allocating the 2 vehicles to the judges is dated 25th October 2021, and most of them took delivery of the vehicles on the 27th of October. Among the 7 judges of the Supreme Court allocated these vehicles was Justice Honyenuga, who was among the 4 judges appointed to the Supreme Court by His Excellency the President on 22nd May 2020. 13 of the Toyota Fortuner vehicles for High Court judges have also arrived and have been allocated to some of the High Court judges who are entitled to vehicles but did not have. 13. They were allocated on the same day that the 7 vehicles were allocated to the Supreme Court judges. Now, all the 3 Supreme Court judges appointed in December 2019 and the 4 appointed on May 22, 2020 were allocated these vehicles as duty post vehicles. As I have said, among this number, the 7 is Justice Honyenuga. Now, it is these vehicles, 2, 1 SUV and 1 Toyota Camry, allocated to Justice Honyenuga as a duty post vehicle, which is the source of the accusation that is being bandied around on social media, that he has been given one SUV and a saloon car by the president for the sole purpose of influencing him to jail accused persons who are standing trial before him. We wish to state as an association that the allocation of official duty vehicles or duty post vehicles to Justice Honyenuga or any other judge for that matter has absolutely nothing to do with any case or any number of cases pending before Justice Honyenuga or any other judge for that matter who is allocated official vehicle, which is what we are entitled to by virtue of our appointment as judges, depending upon where you are in the hierarchy. If you have a Supreme Court judge, you are a Supreme Court judge, there's a car that you are entitled to. If you are a Court of Appeal judge, there's a car that you are entitled to. You are a High Court judge, there's a car that you are entitled to. Even the Circuit Court judges have cars that they are entitled to. They are entitled to smaller Toyota Corolla vehicles. Any judge who has allocated any of these vehicles is not being, as it were, being forced to take a certain decision or do a hatchet job for anybody. No judge takes an official vehicle with the sole purpose of putting somebody in prison or doing a hatchet job for anybody else. This allegation, which is being thrown around all over the place on social media, we find extremely malicious, unfounded, and we see it as a deliberate attempt to cause disaffection to Justice Honyenuga in particular, to His Lordship the Chief Justice, and to the judiciary in general, and we take great exception. We see it also as an attempt to scandalize the judiciary, and we take great exception